Hi guys, so I'm making my frame today. And we're just jumping right in. I think we're getting ready to get a delivery. We're also getting ready to get a massive storm. But I think the UPS man that just flew down the street is for me. So the dogs might get a little sideways here in a second. We'll just have to see. I have a new router and I don't know. My husband ordered a couple of things trying to help me out with my internet situation. If I had to guess, that's what was going down the street. It just cooled off 10 degrees outside because when I opened that window 5 seconds ago, it was hot and that was a cool breeze. And the clouds are moving super fast. It's gonna be a good storm, a good sized storm. So, I know someone's gonna ask, this is a 14-inch wreath frame, and I am going on the bracket and in between. He must not have had my router. He definitely stopped down the road. Maybe. It's been loud for a second. Sorry guys. It is what it is. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the bottom. So I'll do 6 on the top. You want to grab 2 rows of the frame. So here's hoping that solves our problems. Here's hoping that solves all of our problems. And here's hoping they don't get wet. It's a covered porch, but it looks like this storm is going to be massive. Now we have 18 ties on our yellow frame that we made. We can save these for anything else, the bow maybe. Alright, I'm going to make the black my ruffles. You can find this at Deco Exchange. Oh gosh, that breeze feels so good. I'm gonna write on here lemon wreath because I want to get some more of that. I'll just put it in my drawer. And then this is going to be my curls. I lost my paper. This was mesh I had on my own, so I don't need the label. Gosh, that feels amazing. They're getting ready to come back and... Nova, please hush. Hunker down and get calm again. They were perfectly fine when I came in here. That's really straight. When it's really straight like that, I don't cut it. So we need to cut this entire thing 20 inches. I hope you guys are having a great week. I made porch bows with you guys this week. I still have to make my own wreath. And after this wreath, I'm going to let you watch the strawberry tutorial that I did. I'm going to let you watch that this week. You'll have this week. And I have to make my own wreath. So it's going to be a fun week. There's someone walking, you guys. I left my window open and I should have closed it. Because now they can see everybody and everything. I'm going to go close my window. I hate to leave you guys, but it's worth it for them to calm down. I'll be right back. I need to go close my bedroom window. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. They can't see out of the blinds now. I had opened the entire window because I knew the storm would cool everything down. But, yeah. Not happening. That's okay. When I work up here, they come up and get on my bed. And when I'm downstairs, they're wherever I am. They stick with me. So, it is what it is. Here comes the thunder. Now, Honey is scared of storms, so she might end up in here in a minute. I normally don't let them in here, but I also don't want her to be scared. If she needs me, she can come. So this is one of those rolls where there's a lot left on this last piece. So that's 20 inches. So this is probably not a ruffle because this last piece was so large, and this is, you start being able to kind of gauge that. However, I'm keeping that just in case we need it, but I don't think we do because it's so small. We'll just have to see. Now, I roll this a couple times. I roll this a couple times. I scrunch it up the center, and I just am going to go ahead and do that all the way around. Just letting those ruffles butt up to next to each other. Oh, it smells so good, the rain. Who loves the way it smells when it rains? Behave. It's hitting that hot asphalt out there and it smells so good. I love crafting during a storm. Anyone else? All right. How many of you decorate with lemons? If you decorate with lemons, leave me a lemon below. Guys, I'm working on something big for this summer and you're going to love it. I'm super excited about it. I can't announce it yet, but when I do, you're gonna love it. So I've been working on that. It's a huge project, so that mesh is pretty. We are moving to that inner ring. sounds funny with that thunder. It's okay, baby. You're okay. You're okay. Get under there and stay. You can stay under my desk. You're okay. I got your back. I got your back. Yeah, you're okay. It's okay. Yeah. It'll be alright. Alright. If you don't mind, if you would share this video, that helps my business grow. As I suspected, that piece is so small that it was not an actual piece. It gets to the point where you can tell, but it's always safe to keep it just in case. Uh-oh, the devil's beating his wife. The devil's beating his wife. All right. I'm going to come back and cut our curls and put them on in the next video. I'll be right back. We're back. We're going to cut our curls. That edge is pretty straight as well. It does not need to be cut. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. And for this guy, we need 10-inch curls. And we need the entire roll. Can't sit there. I love the shimmer on this border mesh. Love it. of the rain outside is reminding me of high school. I ran track in high school, and when we would train, we would run from our high school through town and back down into the neighborhood our high school was in and back to the school. That was our practice. And sometimes you got caught out in storms like this. And that, I don't know why today of all days, but that is what it is reminding me of. Is getting caught out in those storms. It smells so good, but it's kind of scary. Kind of scary. One day the storm was so bad, we looked up and all of our parents were picking us up in their cars. They had come from home to pick us up and found us on the road. And that is what it is making me think of. I didn't even like running in. I don't know why. I do know why. One of my friends talked me into it. But I don't want you to think for a second that I wanted to run track, because I didn't. Now, I did band and I loved that. But I was a cheerleader, loved that. I did a lot of things that I loved. Track wasn't one of them. I'm also not sure about this piece. That could totally be a curl. So we're going to save it just in case. I'll put it right here so we'll know. I don't even know where my curl holder is. What did I do with it? I bet I have it stacked high with ribbon. Do I? Let me go around here and see. My dog is acting as a speed bump. It's not over there. Where is it? Okay, just hold tight. Oh, back here. It's still loaded from the last thing I made. All right, coming back. Coming back. A little bit of water. All right. Moving this because we don't need it anymore. I do need this. Don't know if I need that. So that is actually how I like mine. So I'm just going to put the seam side down. Put my curl in here. So I curl these up loosely, seam side down, scrunch up the center, add them to this until I'm ready to add them into my wreath. And we're going to put 2 in every tie today. And we'll just go around the wreath until we get done. Gonna be pretty. I don't know if we need that one. wreaths, if you feel like your wreaths are looking crazy, then make sure you're pushing your materials all the way down into your ties. That's the first thing you can do. Bless you. Bless you. I can feel that storm. You can really get in a groove. If you're in your craft room by yourself, you can turn on your favorite music, your favorite show. I tell you all the time. De-stress and have a great crafting session. All right. We're going to move to that top tier. Now, you can put them on up and down, up and down, up and down. Top tier first. It doesn't matter. I tend to work bottom to top, I've noticed, and it's not intentional. I think you just develop your own habits. Finish up with these. I'll grab that last one out of my basket. Okay. Should be one more, I think. And I'll show you where we're at. And that's our base. Black and white and green and black and borders that shimmer. So I will be back with our ribbons. Okay, let's work on ribbon tails. And I know for this wreath, I want these to be my ribbon tails. This is so gorgeous. And then this matches perfectly. So we're going in with that. All right. Start with this guy. Get our paddle. I like to go like this. I like that handle in this hand. But I had it backwards, so it is what it is. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't do this. I gotta do it the way I need to do it. All right, here we go. I'm completely backwards here. Here we go. 1, 2. Cut this in half. Cut this in half. She's gorgeous. Simply stunning. And now we're going to do the same with our 1.5. These materials came in the Deco May box. It is my favorite box to date. I do have an unboxing video I will share with you later. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. The box is full of color, which you know is my thing here at Mackenzie Cole. And it is literally my favorite box. And I know that as of yesterday, they still had a few extra boxes. So you might want to go and see if you can snag a box at Deco Exchange. We still have one more wreath to make out of that box, and this is the second wreath that I'm making from my May box. It is not a wreath kit, it is a supply box. You're not going to get a frame, and I've added in my own ribbons. So this is what I do. I get the box, and I'm going to talk to you about it while I dovetail. I get the box monthly. I used to get the box when it started and all of those things for years. And then when I had surgery, I halted my subscription. And then when I came back to work in my craft space, I resumed it. So from all of those years, this is my favorite box. It is worth it to go get it. Now, you can do the subscription. I pay $65 a month shipped for my level. There is a higher level, a deluxe box, that I do not pay for, but it is also an option. I don't even know how much it costs, but you can check into it if you're interested. So what I do with my box is I see how many wreaths I can create out of the box, and then I keep up with how long it takes me to sell the wreaths. Because it doesn't do any good to make wreaths and them hang on your wall and you fill up your house with wreaths, right? That's not the goal. So that's what I do. And this box, hands down, my favorite box ever. Now, one reason I love the subscription box from Deco is because it pushes me outside of my designing choices. So they always send me something that if I went shopping for myself, I would never buy it, right? I would never buy it, but I love it. So it introduces me to new things that way. This box was as if I walked into their warehouse and shopped for it myself. And I picked out everything I would pick out myself. Now, it does not come with a frame. Someone asked that yesterday on the watermelon video. you're not going to get a frame. And so what I do, and I know I'm going to do this every month, I add my frame, I add my own ribbons, because if you're doing this as a business, then you have multiple ribbons around your shop that can be used for multiple things, because we work smarter, not harder, right? So I add my own ribbons, and then I add my own picks. Now, that's because I know how I want to sell this wreath. If you just want to make a ribbon wreath, then you get a frame and rock on. And there's nothing wrong with ribbon wreaths. I have ribbon wreaths in my shop, and I keep them in there at all times. But when I saw this, I just knew this was going to be one of my more deluxe wreaths. So I add my own supplies to it, and there you go. There you go. This is so pretty, and I'm just telling you, if you need a lemon wreath, that's your style for the summer. You have a lake house and you need a wreath for the summer. This will be posted at the end of this series, and you're gonna want it. You're gonna want it. I'm just telling you. Okay. We're gonna make our ribbon packets, so we're ready to rock around our wreath. If you don't mind, please share this video. That helps me out, and I appreciate you doing that. These videos are here for free on my Facebook page, so the way that you can help me is by sharing the video. This is such a pretty combination. I'm loving it. This wreath is going to be stunning. I am only making one. So for those of you that say you want a more custom wreath that everyone doesn't have, no one's going to have it except you. There is not going to be another one. There is no cheaper way to have a designer look in your home than buying these designer wreaths that are created here at Mackenzie Cole. When I tell you I'm making one, you're going to be the only person to have it. Now, I don't mass produce anything, but sometimes when I make more than one, I can promise you I only ship in the US, and in the entire US, no one in your hometown And so far, no one in your state is going to have the same wreath. So far, I've never had an order for a wreath in the same state. It goes to 3 different states, 2 different states, whatever the case may be, every single time. So it doesn't get more custom than this. It's as if you're working with a designer, but you're not paying designer fees. So you can really elevate your front porch. It's the first thing that people see when they come to your home. And most importantly, it's the first thing you see when you come to your home. It's where you spend time with your family. It's where you go to decompress. It's where you go when life has maybe thrown you a few lemons and you just need a timeout, right? We call it porch sitting here in the South. It's important business. We even, we found a child-sized rocking chair for our granddaughter, and we're on the hunt for our grandson because by next summer he'll be able to sit on the porch too. So while we're sitting on the porch rocking, she's sitting on the porch rocking. And I told her the other day, I said, do you know what this is called? And she said, what, Gigi? I said, we're porch sitting, honey, and it is important business. But my point is that you want your porch to make you smile and make you happy. That's your happy place, right? And if you're like me, you have 3 of them. I have 3 porches. One is a patio, is what's called a patio. And I can tell you the beautiful thing about that. That patio is always, because it's under our screened-in porch, when it's a hot day, it is 10 degrees cooler down there. It is the place to be. So, you want to make sure that your porch is clean, organized, it's not a drop-off zone, and decorated. And I would absolutely adore for that to be a Mackenzie Cole wreath. Or a bow on your porch lights. Which reminds me, when I was trying to take patriotic bows, pictures on my porch, my phone died, so I've got to go back out there today and get you all a better photo of both of them together. It's time to water the geraniums anyway, so I'll get some good photos. If you missed it, I posted the other day, I always have geraniums on my porch in honor of and memory of my grandma. Her name was Otra. My middle name came from her, my mom, my grandma's mother. It's a family name. We do that in the South. So my grandson has my husband's, my son's middle name. It's just a thing we do around here, you guys. And so her name was Otra. Her name was Otra Lee. I'm Terry Lee. There's only a couple people in this world that call me Terry Lee, my mom and my hubby. And it makes my heart pitter-patter. I love it. You know what? Another thing my mom always called me growing up was Sweet Pea. And I had to call her 2 days ago. And she goes, hello, Sweet Pea. I almost cried. It was the best sound in the world. She doesn't even know that, but it got me. It got me. But anyway, Otra loved anything red. She loved color. No one was doing color back then, guys. Not like my grandma. So, you know how you go into a store today and you can buy gold shoes? Like, I literally just bought my granddaughter Birkenstocks that had a gold bow on them, like a gold shimmery bow a couple weeks ago. And you know, back then you couldn't find that. And my grandma would go to Rose's. Anybody know what Rose's is? We still have one here. We still have a Rose's. She would go to Rose's, buy spray paint and paint her shoes gold, but she couldn't buy gold shoes back then. So anyway, She loved red. She wore red lipstick when they would go to the barn dances. She planted red geraniums every year. She had a huge floral garden in her yard. My mom does too. And I get that from my mom and my grandma. So every year I put those red geraniums on my porch. And I'm wondering, is there anything you do with flowers at your home to keep someone's memory alive? So my mom has always grown irises. And so she has gifted me irises. So every spring when I sit on my porch, there's my mom. Now I still have my mom, but it still makes me feel close to her. And she gave me miniature irises, and every single person that has come to our house, including my 2 sons, which, you know, guys don't notice things, have stopped and commented on those miniature irises. Whoops. So that reminds me of my mom. I've got the red geraniums on my porch from my grandma, but most of my yard came from my mom. Like, I have spiderwort from her that's blooming right now. And then I planted yellow roses. They're knockout roses, so we don't have to do anything to them, because I carried yellow roses in my wedding. So when you sit on my front porch, you can see all of these things. So I'm just curious, if you're a porch sitter and you're serious about it, is there anything you plant so that you can see it and it keeps someone's memory alive? And if not, you need to, because it is really cool. It is a really special thing. I'll have to share a picture with you all of my miniature irises. You won't believe them this year. Gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. I can see why people love decorating with lemons. I'm thinking about doing my kitchen in lemons and hydrangeas. That's what I'm thinking about. I need to decorate my kitchen. And I keep putting it off because I didn't know what I wanted. And I think I'm doing lemons and hydrangeas. This is kind of sealing the deal for me. Okay, I think we got it all. If I missed something, we'll find it in the next video, but I think that's, nope, there's one. I had 2 packets left over and I was like, what did I miss? Talking. Found one. Again, if you don't mind, share this video. In our next video, we will be, what are we doing next? Attaching our sign. Attaching our sign. So let's just make sure we got everything. I think we're good. We'll find it if not. So I'll be right back. We are going to attach our sign. It has a sawtooth hanger here. And then I need to punch a hole here. I am not a fan of the things that people glue to the back of wreath signs and everything. Everybody does everything different, but I am just, that is not for me. I want it permanent. And I know that's permanent, but I can't use, just to be clear, I can't use that E6000 or whatever it is in my shop. I can't take the fumes. So that's why I do this. Just putting my Chanel's, look at this. You guys, it's flip-flopping and it's lemons. I can't even deal. It's amazing. I put that, I didn't even intend to, but it ended up on one of the black stripes. Never gonna see it. You can see that, but you can't see it now. Never gonna see it. All right. After this, we get to make a fabulous bow. And we're gonna bring in some of the green since we have this green. Let me stand up. Sorry guys, hold tight. Don't get sick. I accidentally knocked my whole table. I still don't have, this door has not been screwed down. This tabletop is a door and it hasn't been screwed down to my drawers. So every time I knock it, it goes for a ride. There's a long list of to-do things around this house and that's one of them. Okay. Now, you guys know, this isn't my favorite part. I love it because of how cute it makes everything. But trying to work my way down through here is not my fave. Okay, let me get this situated and I'll come back and get the top. You want it to be tight, so when you hang your wreath, you do not want this to slide. Now I want them to kind of go across like so. So I'm going to go down this way. And I'm just going to go under here and get this secured. Let me trim these pieces while I'm back here. Give it a good old test. All right, that's what I have. And now we're gonna make a bow. Let me get my chair flopped back out. I'm going to give it a 12-inch tail. I want these lemons in the back. I don't like the way that's pulling that out. Six and a half inch in the back. Two loops. Let's see what we have. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 3. Nope. Well, maybe. Maybe. Yep, it'll be fine. Perfect. 3 loops. Perfect. You get to buy 3 more rolls. Now, instead of going in with this, I'm going to introduce this Swiss dot. All right, if you get seasick, close your eyes because I'm going to bring you back just a little bit so you can watch this process. Pushed you a little bit too far. All right. This one, 3 loops. I want a big, gorgeous bow. Be a big one. We like big bows and we cannot lie. I'm probably going to tie it off with this, so I'm just going to leave it like so. And now I'm going to bring in this green because we have a lot of green in our sign, in our ribbon, in our mesh. So I'm bringing in the green. Behave. What are you doing, sister? You guys. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. That was a good choice. I'm gonna do 2. And now we have 2 options. Well, we could go in with this, but I don't want to, as much as I love Harlequin. We could go in with this yellow Swiss dot with the black lining, which would look amazing, right? Or we can go in with this black and white polka dot, which will also look amazing, and they will give it 2 totally different looks. You see how it would give it 2 totally different looks? And I think I'm going with this. You can't go wrong. There's no right or wrong answer here. They're both okay for this design. You just have to choose what you want. And this is what I want. I'm gonna do 1. It's so big at this point. Now, when you're taking a stack off of your Easy Bow this big, the most important thing is to keep your stack intact. Keep it tight to keep it right. Okay? You don't want to lose your whole bow. If you do, you're fine. You can start all over. You know what else I love about the Easy Bow? You don't like this and you're like, I wish I had chosen the black and white, then you just pull that part off and you put that other on. That's one thing I really do love about it holding your entire project for you. At any point you could go in and make a change. All right, ready? Use a big mamma jamma. All right, that is a big stack. That is a big stack. And then you want to tie that off as tight as you can. And then you know that I like to cut another one and go ahead and extend it so it can get down into that wreath. Okay. And I'll tie it off with this guy. So what that means is I just fold this in half and I'm covering up my chenille stem. The way that is situated in there, so I'm just rearranging it now. And so I like to fluff a little bit, as you know, before I end up on my wreath. So I'm pulling apart the 3 lemons and I'm kind of fluffing them as I go. They'll be fluffed more on the wreath. I'm pulling apart those Swiss dots, our green, and then our black and yellow Swiss dot. One side fluffed, one side flat. Repeat on the other side. Pull your lemons apart. Then I just run through these ribbons and kind of get them standing tall and proud. And she's gorgeous. She is gorgeous. And she matches perfectly. So let's get her on our wreath. So I want the flip-flops to be like so on the door. And I want her to come just under and kind of flow. Don't worry, I will put her up on the stand so you can see her when we get done. Okay, hold on, we need to do surgery. I didn't get this connected. There we go. I want her like so. Get her tied off. This is gorgeous. I wonder where she's going to go live. Where is she going to go live? Okay, now that I have it on my wreath, I start fluffing in place. And then any tails that got disturbed under, you just kind of give them a home. details moved about. All right. See how pretty? See how pretty? All right. In our next video, we're going to add a little bit of florals, which is something I don't always do. So I'll be right back with the florals I'm going to add. See you in a few. Okay, welcome back. We're finishing up this gorgeous lemon wreath. I'm going to cut up some eucalyptus. I'm going to go ahead and cut up our larger stem. And I think I need to place it first to know where I want to put my eucalyptus. If I think I want to reorder something, I write on the back what it was and I stick it in my drawer. See that whole pick? And then this one is going to have to be cut. So, this has been traveling, so we need to work it, open it up, shake hands with every little thing, see where our wires are on the pick. Look how big that pick became. Now, I will kind of squish it back together because I prefer it like so, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and place our first one. So on their door, I want the flip-flops like so. So this one is going to go right under that flip-flop. And what I am doing is I'm tying that into that tie. Then I'm going to hit that tie with glue. You can also wire these in. I'm going to let that dry just a little bit. But I can also hit this leaf. Take my pliers and let that, I'll let that dry for just a second. Now, if I need this to be even more secure, there is a piece hanging up here that can go into another tie, and I'm going to do that. So I'm just taking that fern, putting it through another tie, and putting glue on that tie. Now it's secured in 2 spots. So now I want one just over my bow. I'm going to fluff, shake hands with all of it because it is very compact after it's been traveling. Pull that lemon forward. This I want right here in this tie, right over my bow. You cannot glue these things to mesh, So you're gonna have to go right into your ties. I'm actually tying these in first because they're a little bit heavier. I'm gonna hit it with glue and then I can rearrange it how I want. And you pull your little ribbons back down. This is so pretty. I have my stand out so I can show you when we get done. And now, the next one's going here. So I'm gonna pull this apart and give it a good fluff. And it's going to come down and it's going to drape right under that bow. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. You could even put it, nope, it has to be, it really needs to be here under this sign. I really need it here. So that's where she's going to go. I am tying her off. She can't go anywhere. Fixing my ribbons. I'm hitting her with glue. Okay, now in the ties that I have left, I'm going in with some eucalyptus. So, I'm tying it in. And I'm hitting it with glue. I don't want to mess with these while this glue is really setting up. So what I will do, you guys always ask what I do with my ties. I will come back and I will wrap what's left of the tie around this and it'll just give it that curly appearance. And that's how I handle that, you guys. And that's because I made this frame and I used Chanel stems. A huge, like chunky, gorgeous tie. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. It adds texture, it's pretty, and I'm fine with it the way it is. Right? But because these are Chanel stems, I'll let this dry for a while and I'll come back and work some magic on them. As you're going around working on your wreath, get your ribbons where you need them. They might have been accidentally pushed up under your sign because you've done a lot of work here. So if you do this now, then you can just take your pictures when you're done. That's there, so that's all fine. We need more glue. And I'm looking and I want to, why is that still coming out? That tie, let me tell you something. Why is this little booger being a booger? I'm going to tie you in there so tight. I did that before. That's that's why when you go around and you're prepping your wreath for your photos, or for me while I'm putting in my eucalyptus, you can find those little things, which that is rarely happens to me, and that happened twice in the same spot. So tying this in tight, gluing her down. Man, this is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And now we need a sprig right in the center of our bow. And I can see there's a tie back there. How do I want to handle this? Let me think. I love it like that. Coming up and down out of the bow with the ribbons on either side. Just peeking right there. So I think that is going to have to be actually wired down into the frame. That's how I'm handling that, because I don't want it to come apart. And it's really pretty like that. She needs it. Going for it. So I'm wrapping my stem with my wire. I hit that wire with glue. It's gonna drip on my table, and I don't want it to, so I'm gonna grab it. I'm pulling off more wire than I'll ever use because you can't add to it, but you can always cut it, and I just need my life to be easy. So for those of you saying I'm wasting it, if you're gonna come back and tell me I'm wasting this wire, don't bother, because I'm not. This is what I need to do. Just look away. So now I'm going to stick a little bit of glue on it, or a lot. I'm sticking it into my bow, burning my finger off, and I'm gonna come down here, pull it tight, cut off the excess, and wire that into my frame. And that way I feel totally comfortable that this is rock solid. It's going nowhere. Sometimes you have to do that for peace of mind. Who wants to send out a wreath and be laying awake at night thinking, I wonder if my eucalyptus is gonna fall out of my bow? Nobody. Do the work now. Sleep well later. Right? Okay. Repeat. Rinse and repeat. Repeat and repeat. We're sitting on a fence. Pete fell off. Who's left? not going to cut as much wire because now I know I'm okay. I'm putting my wire down through here first, which is my least favorite thing to do, is dig through my mesh, but one must do what one must do. I'm pulling that through, and as I do, I'm making sure I don't touch anything else with all this glue. I'm adding, sorry guys, I had no idea I was working in my lap. I'm adding glue. Good thing I was giving you a play-by-play. Shoving it down where I want it in the top of that bow, pulling the wire at the same time. And then I'm going to go under where I can see what I'm dealing with, cut the excess, and get her wrapped tightly around the frame. This is so pretty. I love this wreath. I cannot wait to get it on the stand and show you. If you don't mind, please share this video. Now, I want to get it up here before I fluff. Isn't she pretty? What do you think? If you love this wreath, give me some hearts. Click the hearts. We have eucalyptus coming out of our bow, which I adore. We have all of these gorgeous ribbons. We have eucalyptus peeking out underneath that bow. I can't reach all the way around, but check her out. All right, I'm gonna pull you up. Close your eyes. Okay, there she is. She's gorgeous. She will be in the shop. I think she's probably 26, but let's see. In true Terry fashion, because I added all the florals, she's 30 by 30 by 12. She's a big one. She's a big one. Gorgeous. You know, I don't make wreaths that go between like your screen door and your door. So here where I live in Southern Virginia, we have storm doors. Like, I guess some people have screen doors, but mostly we have nothing, or we have storm doors. In our neighborhood, like almost every house, we live in a huge neighborhood, and almost every house has a storm door, which is glass. So I just buy the plastic wreath rings at Amazon. They're in my Amazon store. I'm gonna go grab one and show you how I hang my wreath. If it's still up here, hold on. I might have, I think I took them downstairs. Okay, I took it downstairs because my son needed to hang a wreath on his door. Anyway, I will post them how I hang my wreaths on a storm door, but this is made for an exterior door or a storm door. This would look amazing in a doctor's office. Can you imagine? It would look amazing in any type of office, to be honest. But I was just thinking about going to the doctor and you see something so cheerful. You can tell where I spend time. But anyway, we have our lemons. We have our gorgeous lemon flip-flops. I can't love them enough. And see how they're detailed in this white and black stripe, and they brought that into the ribbon. Hello. This is amazing. So I'm gonna go do my thing, get my photo, get my videos, and get all of this posted for you. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and until I see you again, have an amazing week. Thanks for watching.